I have a crush on B-Busta. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow, when you break it down.
Do you love to drift off to sleep, cuddled under the covers to the dulcet tones of Dreading, That Chapter, or the deeply missed Corpse Husband? Or maybe you like the mesmerizing storytelling skills of Mr. Ballen or the Internet Investigator. Well, you are not alone, my little dark dreamer. Some people may find it unconventional to be lulled to sleep by true crime and true horror. However, within the community of the true crime enthused, there is a deep understanding and acceptance of this fascination. It's like finding your tribe, a group of like-minded individuals who share your delightfully odd sleep habits, as well as discussing the morbid and the macabre without judgment. But hold on to your nightcaps because not everyone agrees. We homicide hobbyists tuck ourselves in with sad and scary tales because of the soothing voices of true crime narrators. Their storytelling skills are designed to captivate and engage our attention by immersing us in a compelling narrative. These creators can divert our focus from racing thoughts or worries, allowing us to enter a state of relaxation. This clever adaptation of a meticulous and unhurried storytelling style works wonders on bestowing upon you a delightful sense of tranquility and relaxation. Many of us find their calm and comforting tones the perfect lullaby.
Vocal cords so vicious.
I'm saying. Aside from the narrators distracting us from our worries and our stress, focusing on the details and the evidence in true crime stories can require a certain level of concentration and mental effort. This mental engagement can be mentally exhausting, even for us forensic fanatics, leading us to a feeling of drowsiness or sleepiness. Listening to true crime stories before bedtime, that can also create a very relaxing and familiar routine. If you have kids, then you know bedtime is easier when there's a routine in place. If the little one knows that maybe you get a drink, grab a snack, read a book before bed, that routine will be comforting and familiar, and hopefully your junior murder maestro won't fight you when it's time to go to bed. Hopefully. It's the same for us grown-ups. My bedtime routine might be washing my face, brushing my teeth, getting under the covers and putting whatever coffeehousecrime has just dropped, or binge-watching Mr. Nightmare for the 110th time. It's that association between true crime or true horror and sleep that conditions the brain to associate that content with relaxation, and that does make it easier for us to fall asleep. For some connoisseurs of the criminality, the pursuit of justice in true crime stories can provide a very relaxing sense of closure. The journey of uncovering the truth, identifying the perpetrator, and seeing justice served can create a very satisfying narrative arc. And this feeling of closure can contribute to a sense of relaxation and relief. And if you need further relaxation and relief, check out this video here. It's guaranteed to provide all the satisfaction, relief, and fulfillment that you can stand. If you're not sleeping alone, you're likely to drag your partner in on your nocturnal routine. Then you can bond over the stories and have lively conversations about the best way to dispose of a body. Relationship goals. Another reason why true crime has a sleep-inducing effect is the repetitive nature of the content. Many true crime narratives follow a similar structure. You have the details about the crime, the investigation, the suspects, and hopefully resolution. This predictable pattern can be soothing, making it easy to relax and fall asleep. Furthermore, the slow pacing and the storytelling techniques used in these tales possesses the magical power to lull you into a state of serenity. Don't take my word for it, murder sluts. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Give it a go yourself, my adventurous amiga. Cue up a Disturban video right before hitting the hay tonight and witness the enchantment unfold. We don't need white or pink or brown noise, which is horrible. It's what I would imagine it would sound like in all 9 circles of hell while you're on a plane during an earthquake trying to hook up an Atari and someone is shushing you. Give me the euphonious sound of someone narrating a murder spree. Also, some creators incorporate calming and ambient background sounds into their storytelling. Being scared, for example, plays rain in the background, and it's very soothing. These sounds can further enhance the relaxation experience by creating a peaceful and serene atmosphere. And if you plan on sleeping in, they got you. And it's not just that we're morbidly fascinated. There's nothing wrong with morbid curiosity. It's natural and it's normal, but that's for another video for another day. We listen to true crime because we want to understand the criminal mind. And who can resist a story that makes you question humanity and your own safety? Women are especially drawn to true crime because women are, unfortunately, often the victims of violent crimes. So what better way to confront your fears than listening to gruesome tales while safely tucked into your bed? It's like facing your nightmares without the actual danger. Plus, it's a great way to stay in control. If things get too intense, hit pause. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure book, but with murder. I do realize a lot of this sounds counterintuitive, but you know what I mean. However, as I mentioned before, there's always got to be someone who tells you that you're wrong for feeling the way you do about a thing, even though you've done so with success time and time again. That is the whole reason why Reddit exists. Except for this time, it's not Reddit. It's renowned celebrity psychologist Dr. Thema Tinney.
Hopefully this is okay to say.
You can say whatever you want.
Yes. If your idea of relaxing before you go to sleep is watching 3 episodes of Law and Order, I would encourage you to think about, why is trauma relaxing to me?
Oh.
That's what it is. I mean, it's harm, crime, violation, attacks, and that's what is going to soothe me into my bedtime.
So what is the answer that a lot of people give you when they do go into therapy about that connection?
It's that it's normal and familiar. Some of us grew up in high stress, so people mistake peace for boring. And it's like, to come home to yourself, you have to lean into the discomfort because it's going to feel unfamiliar.
She claims that finding solace in violence is anything but healthy.
Whatever.
Dr. Tinney challenges us to question our relaxation habits. She wants us to ask ourselves, why does trauma bring me a sense of calm? She suggests that our attraction to these dark narratives may actually be a result of seeking familiarity in a chaotic world. To us terror tacticians, she believes that peace feels unfamiliar, maybe even boring to us. Is she calling us drama queens? She might be. And maybe we do have an inner moppet that craves a good spanking. Don't worry, Dr. Tinney is here to guide us towards a path of healing and self-discovery. She encourages us to lean into the discomfort of peace, promising that we are worthy of a life free from trauma. Thanks. And it's time to reprogram our nervous systems to embrace a new form of serenity. Well, clearly she's a quack. And maybe, this is true for some, and I certainly don't mean to discount or dismiss anyone who is currently suffering from some past trauma. But it's also been said that some people watch true crime as a form of catharsis. It's an emotional release. It can be a way to cope and to process past experiences. It can provide an outlet for emotions such as fear, anger, and sadness. By engaging with these stories, we can experience a release of pent-up emotions and find a sense of emotional closure. So, my bewitching backstage detectives, let's just give in to the fact that we have a unique way of finding relaxation in the midst of madness. Let's embrace our inner moppets, love exploring the realms of horror and true crime, especially before drifting off into dreamland. Another way that true crime allows us criminal cognoscente to find and maintain our chill is it allows us to explore and understand the darkest aspects of human behavior. And of course we relax to that because it provides a glimpse into the minds of criminals and the motivations behind their actions. And gaining insight into the human psyche, we want to know why Chris Watts did what he did. We want to know why little Tommy Valva had to freeze to death in his own garage. We want to know why Shonda Vander Ark tortured her child and starved a 15-year-old boy down to 69 pounds. It doesn't and it shouldn't naturally make sense to us who aren't criminally inclined and we love our families and our children that someone could hurt the ones that they are supposed to protect. There is comfort in knowing that doesn't just happen. There is comfort in knowing why it happened. I know I sleep better knowing I'm not just going to wake up someday and rain down hell upon everyone I love. I know I sleep better knowing that Chris Watts was just an emotionally inept man who couldn't maintain his chill because he was up to his eyeballs in debt. He had kind of a creepy side chick. And his pregnant wife was back in town. I know I sleep better knowing that Michael Valva just wanted to get back at his ex, and Angela Polina was basically a bird of the same feather and was just in general a skank who was living her best life as a stereotypical wicked stepmother. And I know I sleep better knowing Shonda Vander Ark is just a sadist who, like Polina, enjoyed recording their evil deeds on security cameras. That's so weird. And they both also came into court looking like sweaty pigs. I mean, if you're there trying to convince everyone that you're not Satan, maybe try a little lip gloss. I'm sure their attorneys could have gotten a hold of some blusher for them. Greasy. But anyway, us homicide honeys may like to step into the brains of these wretched individuals and poke around for a little bit just to understand the whys and the hows. We do not relate to them. We don't. They cannot sit with us. One thing to consider is knowing when enough is enough and you need a break. I've skipped diving into cases because maybe I felt that I related to the victims a little too much. And sometimes over-consuming graphic and disturbing content can have a negative impact on your mental health. So just remember to be mindful of your own well-being, and it's okay to seek professional help if needed. These stories are hard, and they are painful, and they are difficult. And I remember acknowledging to myself that I was falling asleep to just a little too much true crime content. And it really kind of left me feeling a little empty and depressed. So I switched over to Christmas DIY projects for a couple of weeks. I mean, this was like in July. This was just a palate cleanse. I did stop myself before I bought out Dollar Tree to make 150 holiday rustic farmhouse serving trays. The ones I did make, I ended up painting black. But it wasn't long before I got back up on that horse again. I made this. I did. It's even got the letters. Hey Kathy, hey George, what's up? So in a world that feels chaotic and unpredictable, true crime and true horror, they do offer a sense of control. By immersing ourselves in these stories, we may feel more prepared and vigilant, believing that the knowledge of criminal behavior can help protect us and our loved ones. By examining the motives and the behaviors of criminals, true crime stories can provide valuable insights into the psychology of crime. And this knowledge can be used to educate and empower, to recognize red flags, warning signs, and help prevent victimization and promote personal safety.
Need a hand?
No thanks. I'm good.
So that, on top of those smooth voices, mesmerizing storytelling, and the intriguing details of many true crime cases, I'm sleeping like the dead. If you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you're in good company. Intelligent, curious, empathetic, and most importantly, chill justice seekers. So be cool to yourself. Be cool to others. Be aware of your surroundings, and if something feels off, pay attention to that little inner Muppet. Because I do care about what happens to you. Good night.
Wow, when you break it down.